Landisberg sees the opening.
Monica Wright delivers again. Mikael Feinstein.
Virginia wins. The Cavaliers are going to the College World Series. He's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia, Big Paul. Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
And I just want to give our team the best chance we have to win.
Corner to right. She wants the three. Yes! And that'll do it! Monica Wright has become the all-time leading scorer.
Silva Landisberg drives into the lane, gets past the defense, and stuffs it down.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Jerome Meyinnse, number 55 on the men's basketball team. We have a lot of highlights for you on today's show, but first, here's your Player of the Week.
Maryland in that 2-3 zone. They go left elbow to Monica Wright. Fadeaway jumper, yes. Sometimes you just have to give it to Monica.
You know that Monica is a very special player to me and to this program. She has given her heart, her soul, her body. She's basically given us everything that she has every single minute, whether we're in practice, out of practice, on the court, off the court. She just gives. She gives and gives and gives, and she exemplifies what a student athlete is all about. And I just think that she is very, very special in every way, shape, and form.
And Kellum got the rebound. Up the floor to Whitney Edwards on the right wing. Edwards will pull it back and got it to Kellum on the right block. Kellum will go left corner to right. She wants the three. Yes! And that'll do it! Monica Wright has become the all-time leading scorer for the University of Virginia.
To have her have this record is tremendous. I just think it's an awesome honor to how hard she's worked to put our program where it is today, and I'm just very, very proud of her.
This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly has been brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. Live solid, bank solid. Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back to the show. Our men's basketball team had a pair of important ACC games this week against Georgia Tech on Wednesday and Miami on Saturday. Let's check out the game stories.
Lufon Udofia missed it, and the ball was tipped away, now picked up by Virginia. Outlet feed ahead to Landisberg. Keller with a foul as he floats it up and in on the other side of the court. Comes Georgia Tech with the rebound, the ball going the other way. Udofia slashing in the lane, drew contact, no whistle. He goes to the ground. Outlet feed ahead of the pack to Scott. He's going to throw it to himself and stuff it down with a right-hand slam.
I like that from Mike. That's big-time stuff right there. You know, that's something that you do in pickup games. Even Paul Hewitt looks at the referees and said, you can't do that, but actually you can.
Success on the offensive boards for Georgia Tech early on. Here's Farrakhan faking the pass and then laying it in with the right hand. High game, 19 points apiece, and here's a near turnover. Glenn Rice Jr. new in the game, and he is going to turn over. Saved it going out of bounds, and here comes Farrakhan.
We said before the game, at home, it's a must. You have to win the hustle, the X factor. You got to win the hustle game, and guys did that. Got a good lift from our bench.
Dumps it off to Meyinnse, spinning into paint. Floats it up with the right hand and puts it over. Zach Peacock and in. Feeds to Udofia, sends it far side right. Foreman passes off, and now it comes underneath, and a big dunk by the big freshman, Derek Favors. Virginia trying to defend now. Amon Shumpert gets Farrakhan in the air, puts up a wild shot, and somehow gets the circus shot to go.
So your offense is okay, even though you're a little stagnant at times, but defensively you have to win it with your defense in the second half. And I think that was part of I think we did, obviously some shots were made, but I was happy to see them step it up and compete and execute on the defensive end.
Here's Silva Landisberg, his foil on the other side. Puts up a tough shot out the window and good. Favors was there. Favors gets a hand in the face of Scott, misses the jumper, and the rebound kept alive by Sanders was tipped to Farrakhan. And now Farrakhan going to fire up a three ball. And
Tell you what, Mustafa Farrakhan is playing with some confidence right now.
It's so easy when you have a coach that believes in everybody. First of all, Coach Bennett gives us a lot of energy and a lot of motivation in practice, and it carries over to the game. So when we come out here, just doing what we do in practice, and then especially having the fans, our sixth man out there, just giving us all that extra energy, we all start buying into what we're doing.
This is down low, 5 seconds to shoot now. Putting up a tough shot on the left baseline and splashing it through Zach Peacock. Back to Peacock. Peacock isolated now on Scott. Pulls up. Going to test his fire again, and he touches the all-nylon for the second straight shot.
They're a load inside. We made them make shots. A couple of those post moves, fadeaways that they made in the second half, I'll live with those. Even if you come and trap it, you can't get to it.
Jones defended by Shumpert, picks up a screen from Scott, but picking up over the L-side defense was Peacock. Passes back to Zaglinski, fires up a three-pointer, and he hits it from the near side left. His first 3 of the game on 4 tries. Here comes Georgia Tech. Shumpert trying to answer, scoops to the hoop and lays it in high off the window. Passes out to Farrakhan, passes underneath Mike Scott by himself, takes it up and under and lays it out the window and good. Landisberg dribbling with the right hand, zips the pass to Farrakhan. He's defended by DeAndre Bell. Now to Jones, launches up a long 3-ball, got it! Jeff Jones gives the Cavaliers a 4-point lead.
The crowd, when they're energy and they're loud, and man, it gives us energy. So when the crowd's like that, it's like our sixth man on the floor.
10 seconds to shoot, top of the arc. Dribbles behind the back, gives off to Scott. Scott, no look feed to Meyinnse, misses, but follows it up with a putback.
He's a strong kid, and he took a couple bows and got some big rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds for us, and just battled, made a big post move, and gave us a good lift. And he's done that when he's been called upon all year, so I was happy for him, and we needed his physical presence.
Virginia leading 69-63. Sylvan Landisberg joined by Zaglinski, Scott, Meyinnse, and Farrakhan. Landisberg dribbling with the left hand, went between the legs, feeds out. Zaglinski fires up a long 3-ball, and he hits it! Oh, baby! Sammy's put Virginia ahead by 9.
Sammy hit a huge shot. That was what we needed.
Jones is going to see the trap, passes off to Farrakhan. Farrakhan gets it in the front court, ahead of the pack to Scott. Scott throws it down with a one-hand slam.
That's probably the best team we've played up to this point. There's a lot of emotion in here, and I'm starting to get a feel of what the arena's like when the crowd gets into it. It can be a tremendous advantage.
Scott takes it in, misses on a leaner as he was driving to the rim, missed it off the window. Zaglinski racing out the other way, coast to coast, using the right hand off the window and good. Timeout Miami. Rebound off the floor to Jontel Evans. Outlet feed ahead to Zaglinski. He was hit hard, no whistle. Following it up was Landisberg, and he lays it up and good. Feeds ahead to Farrakhan, going the other way. Mustafa did not have numbers. He'll pass off to Jones. Jones fires it up for 3, and he splashes it through.
Jeff is, he's hit some timely threes for us at NC State, certainly against Georgia Tech, and then tonight when we needed a basket. And he's got a beautiful looking stroke, and he's just, like I said, when he has a good look, I feel very confident when he lets it go.
Pickpocketed there, going the other direction. Dews loses it out of behind the back dribble. Sherrill was following and took the ball away from him.
I'd like to talk about that first half defensively. That, I thought, was what I've been waiting to see the first half. I thought they, offensively we weren't great, but I thought defensively it was one of our better performances just in terms of how active we were, stopping them in transition and making them work. And that's what I want to keep seeing.
Opening half of a 26-16 game. Virginia has not trailed tonight. Mike Scott feeds off Landisberg, streaking in, lays it in with the right hand.
My favorite play probably offensively is when the first half when Mike got it and Sylvan made a nice wrap down the lane and Mike slipped it to him, and we got a nice easy look.
Single digits now, 28-19, racing off the other way. Farrakhan puts it off the window and good. What a play by Mustafa Farrakhan.
Coach needs a spark coming off the bench. I'm going to just try to give that spark, just be one of the energy guys and just be aggressive when I get in the game.
Evans with a right-hand dribble, top of the circle. He's defended tightly, crossing over. Now feeds off, pass nearly intercepted, gets it back, launches up a jumper, and he hits it as the final horn sounds. Are you kidding me?
I said, now let's get our defense, keep our defense going, and let's start running some better offense. Let's execute. Let's not have the ball stick.
Now pass to Baker. He has a near side left. Fires the pass out to Zaglinski, and he knocks down a three-pointer from the top side. 139. Allen fires up a three. Rejected by Mustafa. Going the other way. Jontel Evans.
It was jumping in there tonight. That atmosphere I don't know what the attendance was, but it was loud, and that energizes you.
Tell Evans. Evans zings the pass to Zaglinski. Fires it up for three, and this time he touches all net.
Sammy doesn't care if it's zone or man-to-man. He's going to find it. It's easy to shoot the ball great.
4:07 and counting. Sammy Zaglinski, nice backdoor pass. Farrakhan goes into the air, lays it off the window and good with a foul.
It just seems like the whole team is hungry to win, and seems like that's what we're doing right now.
Passes out to Zaglinski. Zaglinski giving her with the right hand. It's going to feed out far side right. Jeff Jones fires away from three and connects again. Looks like maybe he was able to shake it off. Sylvan Landisberg drives into the lane, gets past the defense, and stuffs it down with a one-hand jam. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Lottery. More than $4 billion to K-12 public education since 1999. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools.
With Monica Wright chasing down Dawn Staley's career scoring record, the women's basketball team took on Maryland at the John Paul Jones Arena last Monday. Here are the highlights.
Rebound to right. Monica in transition, left to right. Whips it in for Kellum, feeding in the lane, the layup and the foul. She curled in the lane with the left hand.
I felt like it was just a really physical and hard-fought game. Didn't think that we played very well offensively at times. When you force as many turnovers as we did and you shoot 28 more shots than the other team, you should win the game.
With three, with two, with one more. Forces up a deep three. Oh! Hey! Woo! And it goes down. We're tied at 32, and that is the first half. Got it to Kellum on the right block. Kellum will go left corner to right. She wants the three. Yes! And that'll do it. Monica Wright has become the all-time leading scorer for the University of Virginia. They get it in to Wright. Wright is triple team with 1 second. Can't get it off. Forces it up. No good. Cavaliers wanted a foul, and they don't get the call from D. Cantner.
Many consider Dawn Staley to be the greatest women's basketball player of all time. And with Monica Wright breaking her Virginia scoring record, it's appropriate that Dawn is the focus of this week's Cavalier Flashback.
I remember Dawn first arriving here, and she was a very, very quiet, reserved, non-communicative person who was pretty streetwise and had a little edge about her.
You know, I grew up in the projects of North Philadelphia, right in the middle of the city, and I really didn't step forth outside of my neighborhood until I went to a place like Virginia. And yes, it was a little uncomfortable at times, but you know, as I got acclimated to how things were there, you know, I fit in. You know, I fit in. I made my way. I can go into any environment and feel comfortable and feel like I'm a part of it because of my experiences at UVA.
She was just so gifted. It was amazing. And what made her so gifted was that she saw things long before anybody else did. Two and three plays ahead, she kind of knew what was going to happen, and she knew what to call, and she just knew how to manipulate the game. She was amazing.
I hear it from so many people outside of Virginia that I know that I'm appreciated in a place where I became a young lady, you know, during those times, and certainly I gave it my all. You know, I can truly walk away from my experiences at Virginia and say, there is nothing more that I can do. You know, I wouldn't go back and change anything.
So many of the things that Dawn did were just naturally what Dawn was all about. And so her personality became a national symbol of what women's basketball should be about. And I think that's the thing that makes me the most proud of Dawn Staley, and what the University of Virginia played a small part in her life.
Coming up after the break. From three, got it! Will Sherrill strikes again. He is in fuego. This portion of Cavalier Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
Will Sherrill has surprised some people this year, but his solid game is no surprise to the people that know him best, his teammates and his coaches. Native New Yorker Will Sherrill is your Student Athlete of the Week.
I grew up in New York City my whole entire life. I've lived in Manhattan my whole life, grew up there. I'm just a big city kid. 9/11 happened on Tuesday. We had sports in the morning. I was in 7th grade, and we were walking back across Lexington Avenue, and I'm on 74th Street, which is probably 5 or 6 miles from the World Trade Center, Ground Zero, and you could still see the smoke coming up. Looking right down the avenue, you could see the smoke. I remember in November, I went down to see Ground Zero. Me and my family and I went down there, and we got as close as we could. It was just an unbelievable sight. You know, just going down there, and there was just nothing there. First time I went down after Katrina was that Christmas. My grandfather picked me up from the airport. On the way home, he drove me through, you know, the 9th Ward. It was just really amazing to see the destruction there. Because this is a city that I'd known, I'd grown up going to. I got to see all my family and the kids that I knew. And it was like, well, New Orleans is still here, you know, because it's really the people that make the city. It might be struggling, but eventually it'll get back on its feet. You know, I've been affected by some huge events of the past 10 years. They kind of reinforce what I've been taught. You know, as far as I can remember, that I have a lot of opportunities to do things that a lot of people don't have. I came down to Virginia with my father just to look at the school. A friend of his, a guy named Rice Edmonds, went to Virginia, and he said, you know what, I'll make a call to the basketball coaches, I'll have them come meet you, we'll see what happens. I went through the whole summer going to basketball camps, and then I had my football season in the fall, and I played quarterback for Andover, and I was looking to play quarterback in college also. And I got some good interest from college teams in the Ivy League to play football, and then I broke my wrist in the New England Prep School Championship game right before Thanksgiving, and I needed wrist surgery, and that really turned me off to football. I was like, I don't want to do this again. I mean, I had to have my wrist in a cast for 11 weeks, and I ended up missing all but 3 games of my senior year in basketball. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to Virginia. I want to take a shot at playing with, with the best basketball players in the country. My first 2 years, it was hard because, I worked as hard as I could. My first year, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't deserve to play just because I wasn't good enough. And I knew that coming in. I knew what I was signing up for coming in, that, I would have to work so hard just to get an opportunity to play. And my first year, I really just tried to get on the map and show my coaches that I was willing to do anything. And I would work as hard as I could, and I would be the hardest working guy on the team. When Coach Bennett got hired, he came in and he said, everyone's got a fresh start. My first 2 years, I didn't really enjoy playing basketball at UVA. And I knew that when Coach Bennett came in, I just knew it was going to be a complete 180, and it really has. I couldn't ask for a better coach and a better coaching staff to come in here and help me, achieve my potential as a player, and then help our team come together like we have, and really become really united towards our common goal.
Works around a screen from Scott, now feeds out. Sherrill fires from 3, and he knocks it down.
I promise you, Will Sherrill knows that he can do it.
Well, the confidence is flowing now as Sherrill has put his team ahead 49-46. Timeout, Cleveland State. As Landisburg feeds off, Sherrill fires one up from 3, and he knocks it down from the far corner. Will Sherrill's red hot. Scott trying to back his way in, feeds out. Sherrill fires from 3, got it! Will Sherrill strikes again. He is in fuego.
It was great because we were losing. We were down by 10 points, and I was able to provide a spark that led to a great victory. It was really great that I was able to come in and provide a spark. My teammates were really getting me really open shots. I don't think I'm going to get shots like that the rest of the season. So, it was nice that I was able to knock them down, but the best part about it was that we came back. That was the first time kind of all season that we'd really been faced with adversity, being down in the second half. And instead of breaking apart. We stayed together. We kept playing defense, kept trying to get good shots, and then the shots eventually, started to fall. I'm just thankful for the opportunity that I've been given. I take each game that against the last game I'm going to start, or the last game I'm going to play, because nothing's guaranteed. I just want to be on the court, and I just want to give our team the best chance we have to win.
Thanks for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. Our basketball teams are on the road this week, but 3 of our top Olympic sports will be competing at home. Our women's tennis team and our number 2 ranked men's team are both in action at the Boar's Head Inn on Monday, while our 18th ranked wrestlers hit the mats against North Carolina on Friday and Virginia Tech on Saturday. Baseball Hall of Famer Dave Winfield is this year's keynote speaker at the annual Step Up to the Plate dinner. We'll be back next week with coverage of those events, basketball highlights, and more stories from Virginia athletics. Until then, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.